Hi everyone. I'm just going to pass along some old school information that I received many years ago. So how do I troubleshoot any small engine? See the quad over there? Doesn't matter. See the weed eater here? Doesn't matter. It could be anything. It actually could be your car or truck. Doesn't matter. But you're dealing with the four basics. So you need spark, fuel, air, and compression. If you have those four without any mechanical issues or other damage, your engine should run. So let's go over spark and what you're actually looking for. So you may have a spark tester, you may have a set of eyes, it doesn't matter. If you know how to test these without a spark tester like I do, you don't really need a spark tester, but I do own spark testers. But what am I looking for on spark? I am looking for a blue-orange spark. I'm not looking for a weak yellow spark. I am looking for something that looks like it wants to hurt me when I'm cranking the engine over or I'm grabbing the ripcord and pulling it. I should see something that makes me leery, not something that goes, "Aw, that's cute." If you have a weak, small spark, gas will actually extinguish the spark. You think you have spark, but the second you crank your engine over or pull your ripcord, that fuel is going to soak your spark plug and you will not have a spark. What are the common causes? Well, you could have damage to your coil, to your ignition system, but on the small engine, it's a coil. Coils, I almost don't care what people say. Coils almost never die. They do corrode. So these prongs, there could be three. One in the middle, one on the other side, 1, 2, and 3. If they get corroded over with rust, rust will now hinder any form of good spark. So on this flywheel, on this small engine, there's two magnets. These magnets, if they are made of steel, can actually corrode over with rust. You can take sandpaper, clean them up, reset your coil gap. On this engine, it calls for around 15 thou. This engine right here is at 60 thou. That's why this engine is ripped down to nothing, because I could not get at this coil because the gap is too great. This coil is too far away from the flywheel. That's why this engine has spark, but is the weakest, most pathetic spark you're ever going to see. But anyways, let's move on away from spark. Let me touch on one thing. Replace your spark plugs. When your manufacturer calls for new spark plugs, get them in there. And that will keep your engine happy. So fuel. Do you have fuel? So let's move on to 1 or 2. Spark, fuel. Do you have gas in it? Is your fuel filter clogged? Are your lines broken? Are your fuel lines bent? Did you hit something that you were unaware of? Did your engine heat up and actually bend your fuel line? Is your fuel screen inside your fuel tank on this small engine clogged? If you're not getting fuel, you're done. How do I check for that quickly? Grab your spark plug, right? Take the boot off, crank your engine over or pull it over with the ripcord. Look at the bottom of your spark plug. Is it wet? If it's not wet, you have no fuel. This could be a small engine. It could be your car, your truck. Why is there no fuel? Fuse blown? What's going on here? So look at that first. Just keep going down the line. Air. Your engine must have air. Do you have a dirty air filter? Did mice, rats kind of rampack your entire air flow system with stuff that your engine has no air? You got to look at it. Let's move on to compression. So every engine will have a compression rating for that engine. I'm just making up numbers now. This engine may call for 90 PSI. It has to have 90 PSI in order for it to fire properly. There is a window. You could be slightly over, you can be slightly under, about 10%. When you start dropping down to around, like say 50 PSI, your engine will not build enough pressure. It's not grabbing the air, it's not taking the gas, and it's not compressing it enough. And even though you have good spark, it won't fire it. So you need those four things: spark, fuel, air, compression. If you have those, you stand a very, very good chance that your engine is just going to purr like a kitten. And just remember, I know I live in the real world. If you have mechanical issues, that's going to negate the four: spark, fuel, air, compression, because mechanical issues have wrecked the whole flow of the whole thing. On a more modern engine, you have to factor in the computer. Is my computer good? But nonetheless, once scanned, it's always going to point to one of these four. It's going to be spark, fuel, air, compression. So if you remember those four, you can pretty much troubleshoot any small engine, even your car, your truck. Have a good day.